Something that has never happened in the United States might be happening tonight.
This is not new. This is not unprecedented. It is unfortunate. And I can make a whole other video on why this is unfortunate. But, quick history lesson, folks. The very first president to use United States troops to quell any kind of rebellion was President George Washington. I almost called him general. He was a general, but he became president. He used U.S. troops to quell a rebellion. Fast forward a bunch of years to the bonus army. World War I has ended. We are now in the Great Depression. Herbert Hoover is now president. All these World War I vets have descended on D.C. with their families. They're hungry. They're living in this big homeless encampment. They want the money Congress promised them. Congress is not ponying up. So the government uses U.S. active duty Army troops to attack and rout this homeless encampment of World War I veterans. People died, people were injured, people were gassed. Big name officers, people that became well known during World War II and later, MacArthur, Patton, and Eisenhower were officers in charge of the U.S. active duty troops that attacked these guys. Fast forward to the D.C. riots in 1968. Lyndon B. Johnson is now president. Things are out of hand in D.C., so he calls up active duty Marines from Marine Corps Base Quantico, Virginia, just down the road. My dad was one of those Marines. He's talked about that a little bit. Again, fast forward a few years, and we got President Bill Clinton and Janet Reno as Attorney General, and they lay siege to his compound outside of Waco, Texas, that was led by this guy named David Koresh. Everybody inside gets killed by the U.S. Army. Everybody. I don't think anybody lived. Women, children, men, all of them gone. Fast forward, again, and now we've got the LA riots, and we've got President Trump talking about, hey, we may need to send in some active duty Marines to augment the National Guard. This does not mean that the U.S. military is going to be used against the U.S. people. It means they're being called up for an isolated incident, and when an incident is done, they go back to base. That is the way it's always happened. Now, should the precedent have ever been setted? No. We should never set the precedent to use U.S. troops against U.S. citizens. Never should have happened. National Guard's one thing. They're governed by the state. They can't be federalized. We should have never got there. 2, know your history. People my age and older, shame on you for falling for the rhetoric. You know better. You know this is not new and unprecedented. People younger than me, the education department has failed you. They've dumbed you down on purpose. Do your own research on when the U.S. military has been used against the U.S. people, and you'll find many more examples than what I just listed to you. 3rd, don't focus on just one aspect of a person. People are complex. There's the good and the bad in everybody. We cannot focus on one or the other. We got to look at both, get a total view of the person. I don't care if it's Donald Trump, Joe Biden, Barack Obama, Ronald Reagan, Winston Churchill. I don't care who it is. Whether you like them or don't like them, whether you like